Samuel again. Deborah and Samuel again, working on beer cheese. Beer cheese, excellent thing to go with your pretzels. This is what we've got going. Hold on, make it quieter so you can hear me for a second. Samuel's whisking in the 2 tablespoons of butter until they're melted. Once the butter is melted, we're gonna do the flour, right? We're gonna do flour. You're gonna be using a medium saucepan. Here, hold up the saucepan. Yeah, medium saucepan. You're gonna do it at medium heat, okay? Once your butter is melted, you're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. 3 tablespoons of flour. You're not gonna dump them all at one time. You're gonna, right, so watch as Samuel whisks. The whisk is the right tool here. After this, when we add the cheese, you're gonna want a spatula like this, right? And so I'm gonna add the flour a little bit at a time. What Samuel is doing is making it so it's uniform. So you don't know where the flour stops and the butter begins, right? So it should be one really nice yellow color as he whisks everything in. With the 2nd and 3rd tablespoon, it's gonna start to get kind of chunky looking, but that's all right. What's most important is that, again, everything is the same color. So you don't want to see flecks of white and flecks of yellow. You just want to see everything being this nice buttery color. All right, last tablespoon. And then once he's done, he'll show you what it looks like when he's done. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Yep. It looks good. So it doesn't look like much, but this is sort of forming the base of the beer cheese, right? So it's got these clumps. That's all right. That's what you want it to look like. Okay. So now, he's taking a drink. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to pour in the cup of milk. Again, we're not going to dump it all in at the same time. Samuel's going to keep whisking while I pour it in. And again, what you're looking for is to make it uniform so that it's just a nice thick white sauce base. This is the white sauce that you would also use as a base to make chowder. This is also the white sauce you use as a base to make homemade casseroles, if you do. And also, I have a good friend who likes to make her Czech grandmother's white dill gravy, and it is also the base for that. It's a really useful thing to have. So all it is flour, butter, mix them together, and then add the milk until it's uniform. So now that Samuel's done it, you can kind of see, right? It's a white sauce. Can you see the sauce? And it looks basically like the consistency of heavy cream, pretty much. Right? Okay. And then we're going to whisk it for just another little bit until it thickens just a tin. So keep whisking. Right now, from here is when we're going to add in the remaining ingredients one at a time. So the next thing you're going to do is your 2/3 a cup Begyle beer. Right?
Any beer,
Any beer, but usually the darker the better for beer cheese. But something you're going to drink the rest of it, right? All right, same thing. Whisk, 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 whisk. There we go. There we go. All right, so we got the beer going. Next thing you're going to add is 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And I, myself, like a little bit more. So you can sort of decide. Remember, all recipes are templates. They're not mandates. So if you know that you like a little bit more of that pungent flavor, add it in. Next, it calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I know that our family likes a little bit more than that. So we're going to add there's a 1/2 teaspoon, and then maybe another almost 1/2 teaspoon. There. All right. Yeah. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. All right. Then, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. So a 1/4 teaspoon, I mean, certainly is in the realm of you don't really need to measure. Just like it just needs a little bit. And again, paprika offers a really, if you smell it, offers a really smoky flavor. So if you know that you want it smokier, right, then you can do that. Yep, I see. And then after this, we're gonna add, sorry, we had a potential shopper at the door, but we'll catch up with her later. We're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, right, just a tinse. Again, you don't want much.
Any kind of salt.
Any kind of salt, kosher salt, table salt, doesn't matter. And then, once that is all thoroughly mixed together, we're going to add cheddar cheese, right? So you've got your 1 block of cheddar cheese. Any kind that you bought is fine, but usually if you tend to buy like the super crumbly, like Wisconsin-y cheese, this is not the time for that, even though that's the kind I buy all the time. You want something that's a little bit smoother. All right, so now, all right, so my recommendation is now we stop using the whisk because once we add the cheese, the melted cheese gets stuck in there and it's just annoying. Switch to this. Oh. And then I'm gonna start, whoops, here, it got off the burner a little bit. So I'm gonna add it a little bit at a time, hopefully, the grated cheese. And then you're just gonna stir it until it's completely smooth. And then from there, you're gonna taste it and see what it needs more of. If you want it smokier, add more paprika. If you want it more pungent, you add more Worcestershire. If you want it, more mustardy, then add more mustard. And so that is the thing that you're gonna work on. And then so you're gonna taste it, oops, slower. Right, and make sure also to, here, can I show real fast? Make sure also to scrape the edges because it's melted cheese, it tends to get stuck in the corners of your pan. And that, you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to clean it. Almost. And then, so you're just gonna stir it until it is just this smooth, yummy beer cheese sauce. Taste it for whatever it wants. And then once it's done, you can make this whatever day, add it, do it Saturday, do it Sunday, it doesn't matter.
All week you have sauce. Any day you can do this.
Any day you can do this. And so we'll just do that. And then reheat it anytime you want. It's delicious. If you have leftovers, you can add it to chicken stock and you have got beer cheese soup. All right, that is it for the beer cheese. I hope it works well for you and we will talk to you soon. Bye.